chains. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way.
Their physical prowess unmatched.
The Ravens, obviously in first place in the AFC North.
#1 yards per game, fewest yards
Lamar Jackson leading the troops and what have you.
allowed through 5 games since 1971.
Keep in mind, the list is fluid. The list is fluid. As always, we gon'
Wassup Ock? What's up? Y'all already know what it is. Y'all heard what I said. Sports Entertainment Podcast. Here with your boy Tout, Diesel D. They don't want none. We gonna talk about some NFL football. So y'all just all heard the news that Deshaun Watson, he's out for the season now with a broken bone in his right shoulder, which is his throwing shoulder. And I seen a bunch of people talking about this on all these shows, on First Take, Undisputed, all those ESPN shows and other stuff. And they were all talking about what PJ Watt going through as a background about Cleveland's season. And I want to say the same thing that they were asking. Is Cleveland season's done now that Deshaun Watson is out for the season?
I don't think so, because Deshaun Watson only played 3 games this season. And their record, they still got a winning record with 6-3. They got a solid defense. It's probably top 5 defense in the league. You still got Myles Garrett over there. And even though you lost Nick Chubb, you brought Kareem Hunt back, which added to the running game. They do pretty good at rushing.
I mean, don't say top 5. They number 1 in defense.
There you go.
And what are their playoff chances still?
It's pretty good, because the whole AFC North in there right now, and I still don't believe in Pittsburgh like that. To me, I thought Cleveland got a better team than Pittsburgh, even with Deshaun Watson out. That's just my opinion.
In my opinion, they never had a season. It's the Cleveland Browns. You can take what you want out of this. None of you motherfuckers, even up to week 10, week 11, have Cleveland Browns in the Super Bowl or winning it. Let's be real. Even if you got them making the playoffs. So let's define the season. The season for any of these 32 NFL teams is a championship. That's the goal. You know, they're promoting the NFL now. Like, if you ain't one of the top 20 teams, then your fucking goal is to get the #1 pick, like what the Giants is doing. Whatever. But back to this. Like, let's be real. What was their goal at any point? Like, their real goal was hoping to have Deshaun Watson for a whole season. Done. That's not going to happen. And as he's saying PJ Walker, they talking about starting Dorian.
Oh, yeah, they was.
Dorian with the 3 names.
He was talking about that.
Yeah. But he's supposed to be starting this. We giving him a chance. So, I mean, kudos to the defense. Like, Myles Garrett been that dog forever, and he on the top runs defensive player of the year. He should get that if nobody else going to show up. But, I mean, defense only goes but so far. This ain't the 70s, you know. This ain't the Dick Buckus Bears. This ain't even the 06 Bears. This ain't the 2000 Ravens defense. We're in a society of all of these sports being about offense and power, exciting the fans. And that defense is cool, but as good as the 06 Bears defense was, didn't get a championship. And even if Deshaun Watson was still a quarterback, it wasn't going to be a championship, so it ain't nothing different now. I mean, like, what are you really asking the defense to do that they already haven't done? They're already #1. What are they supposed to be? Super Saiyan #1?
Yeah.
Like, it's only so much they already had to bust their ass because they didn't know which quarterback was going to start either week.
Yeah.
They didn't know what running back was going to start.
Yeah.
Like, they going all out to be the #1. And now, here we at 6-3. And the deal we paying, as Stephen A. continues to say, $240 million guaranteed. Out again. So, I mean, they can rally the troops, but they better hope they just make the playoffs at this point. Still a lot season.
And to add on, they still decent because of that record, but they ain't making the playoffs. To me, the Browns are in the same boat as the Jets.
Yeah, you gotta understand.
Great defense, but no quarterback play gone.
Plus, they're in the best division in football. Like, as bad as we talk about the Steelers' offense, let's not forget the reputation of the Steelers. They gonna play some defense. They gonna always go all the way down to the stretch. We know what the Ravens doing. Basically, best in the NFL, in my opinion. Definitely the AFC. You know, until you beat whatever. Like, you never know what can happen. So,
yeah, that's a vision.
For the Browns to now to depend on either PJ Walker or the other dude, might as well put Myles Garrett on and get him the quarterback.
In a tough boat.
Well, the simplest way I can say it is the Cleveland Browns have a guy. And as you guys know, over the last several decades for the Cleveland Browns, they have not had one. They have been searching from Brian Hoyer to Kevin Hogan to Charlie Fry. There's a list that is endless. There's a jacket that is endless that we have all seen. The Cleveland Browns have a guy. And yeah, it was expensive. It was multiple first-round picks. It was a contract of 4 years, $156 million, fully guaranteed. Now, the fully guaranteed part was essentially unprecedented, that length for a starting quarterback. Not that starting quarterbacks who are really good get cut anyway, but yes, the fully guaranteed part of it was unprecedented. All of that is to say it was expensive to get a really good franchise starting quarterback. That is what they cost. If you got a guy, you have a chance. And yes, there is an injury to Deshaun Watson. He is now, unfortunately for them, out for the season. But what this trade, what this contract got them, is they no longer have to search. They didn't do this for 2 years, and it's been 2 frustrating years. They did this for 10 years, and they still have a guy just 28 years old who could be their starting quarterback for the next decade.
All right. So we just seen the firing of the Bills offensive coordinator after the Bills lost their most recent game to the Broncos. So my thing is, what are y'all thoughts on them firing that offensive coordinator? It's not the offensive coordinator fault that Josh Allen threw all these interceptions, that they can't move down the field. So my thing is, if they would have won that game, the offensive coordinator wouldn't have got fired.
He wouldn't.
Exactly.
And like they said, turnovers is the problem. It's not that they can't get down the field. They do be getting down the field. They just be turning the ball over or getting turnovers or downs. There's plenty of Bills games that came on and they keep, for some reason, they be down in the red zone, keep going on it on 4th down and can't get the 4th down. You know, on top of that, Josh Allen is my favorite player, and I know he got way too many turnovers. Like, you really need to cut that down. But the Bills ain't going nowhere because they got one of the hardest coaches left.
Yeah. Before Diesel, you go to add on to that. You think after the game, Trayvon Diggs tweeted out that he's like 14, you gotta get up out of there. My thing is, this Diggs' last season in Buffalo.
It could be. My thing is, why, even though that's his brother, why are you worried about somebody else's team when your team can't even get out the first round? Worry about your team.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's a
too.
good point.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah, you know, it's all part of the business, you know. It all goes hand in hand. He got to stir the controversy to give them something to talk about on the shows. Trayvon, that's why he, like you said, I think you out for the season. You're not even playing. Like, and your boys.
And what have the Cowboys done?
Yeah, and every week, the same stuff, they've been like that the same week with the Vikings with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson just trying to come up with a story like Justin Jefferson bad as his quarterback. As soon as they win, you see Justin Jefferson putting that chain on, like, this my man right here.
Yeah, it's like you said, like, it's part of the business. Like, now, what if you invested $25 million a year into this person, and he's looked at the start of the team, and this person that's feeding him the plays only gets paid $2 million a year, who you blaming it on? So Ken Dorsey gotta take that. It ain't his fault at all. Motherfucker, you telling him the plays. I done seen some good plays. I done seen that Josh Allen hold the ball too long and overthrow motherfuckers, underthrow motherfuckers.
Keep dropping passes.
Yeah, like it's a lot of stuff going on. Like it's not all Josh Allen fault. Like on a lot of the shows, they was like, oh, Josh Allen got the most picks, so he got a turnover problem. It's not always that. Like at the same time, some of his turnovers come from motherfuckers, like he said, not catching the ball, dropping the ball, tip passes. Yeah, like at the same time, we just seen James Cook get benched 2 games in a row for his fuck ups. So there's something wrong chemistry-wise with the offense that's not clicking. Now it's easy to blame the offensive coordinator as the person to make the plays, but you can bring a person in here the next week, and that's why it's always a catch-22, just like with Antonio Pierce on the Raiders. Now I see he has a different way of doing stuff, but how many times have you seen in any sport something wrong, so they fire a coach, and then the very next game they do the same exact shit the other coach was doing and win the game, and they act like this coach did something different all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That, although I seen differences when Antonio Pierce took over for the Raiders, did not see the same fucking thing over here. Like, it's gonna be the same plays ran this Sunday for the Bills. It ain't gonna matter. It's gonna matter about the leadership and how Josh Allen controls the ball. If James Cook is gonna be able to keep himself in the game plan. Y'all don't understand. That messes with chemistry when your game plan is worked around James Cook getting 15 rushes. And then when he fumbled on the second rush, my game plan's messed up. Although we know Latavius good, he wasn't part of the game plan. So now my whole game plan has to switch. I got to make sure. It's a whole lot of things that go into this. So, like, it's nobody's fault, but I just think it's unfair that Ken Dorsey had to take the blame.
Yeah, and then another thing they was talking about with Diggs, all of a sudden, because he didn't have a good game. All right, it happens, but did y'all see what he was doing? He was getting like 7 catches a game, and he got over 100 yards like half the time this season. Because he had one bad game.
We need to learn from another former Bill Hall of Famer. Whether I like the plays or I don't.
Just going with the plays that are called.
All he got to.
And y'all always point out the bad play. What about his good play? You lead the league in completion percentage and touchdowns. Touchdowns.
See, this is the thing. The media gets mad when the team doesn't exceed how they want to exceed, but y'all the ones that been saying that they weren't. Some media say they are as good, and some media say they aren't as good. They've been saying that for years, and then when they actually come to this point where they're just average, and now it's a problem.
Did y'all treat Brett Favre like this?
Yeah, we'll start with the Buffalo Bills. Ken Dorsey, the offensive coordinator for the last 2 years, and actually the coordinator of one of the NFL's best offenses last year, not quite as much this year, was fired and replaced yesterday after a tough loss on national TV by the Buffalo Bills. Now, I'm not so sure it was the offense at the end that kind of did it for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, turnovers, notably Josh Allen's interceptions and, of course, fumbles, did not help. Of course, the field goal shenanigans, 12 men on the field, also did not help, having nothing to do with Dorsey. That said, it was the offense that Sean McDermott, the head coach, decided to change. So Dorsey officially now out. This the Bills announced yesterday. Joe Brady, the former Panthers offensive coordinator, he is now in. But Sean McDermott was asked about this decision in a news conference yesterday, said essentially they needed a change. They need a new energy on offense. That is what he wants to see them come out confident and able to score points. They still have Josh Allen. They still have Stephon Diggs. Theoretically, they should be fine on offense, but a short week to get ready for the New York Jets with a new offensive coordinator.